The holidays are just around the corner, and if you're anything like me and you're obsessed with your gingerbread, then this is the recipe for you. Today I will show you the simplest and the easiest possible way to make your very own gingerbread house using your very own templates. This video is meant to show you that gingerbread houses really don't need to be complicated, and if you're looking for a very simple, easy version, then follow along and I'll show you how I make mine. This is the texture that you want your dough to be. Roll it up in plastic wrap and then place in the fridge to chill for about 30 minutes. Okay, so these are literally all the pieces that you're gonna need for this simple gingerbread house. Now you can always make your own template, but if you want to use mine, you can go right ahead and I will put them in the description below of the measurements. There's 3 pieces that you're going to need in total, and you're going to need to cut 4 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these. This is supposed to be a window. Basically just a cookie that you're going to decorate and stick on your gingerbread house. After you've taken your dough out of the fridge, you're going to need to unwrap it and then maybe just split it in half and just work with half at a time. That's probably smarter. And now you can begin tracing your template pieces on your dough and cutting them out. Of these pieces, you're going to need 4. And on all 3 pieces, you're going to cut straight through. And on the 4th piece, you're going to cut out the door. Don't mind my kids in the background screaming and fighting. That's kind of their norm. I would say, yeah. Hey. Oh, you guys. No. Just a day in a life. Cutting out the door now. After you have all of your pieces cut out, it's important to remember that you chill your pieces in the fridge or the freezer until it is firm. Because if your pieces are not firm when it comes to baking them, then they will completely misshapen and lose their form. And now it's time to make the royal icing. So you're either going to need an electric mixer or a hand mixer of some sort, but you're going to need, for this icing, you're going to need a really strong type of icing to hold the pieces of your house together. So what helps hold the pieces together are egg whites. So you're going to need 2 egg whites. You just catch the yolk in your hand and discard. This beauty is ready to be used for your icing. for icing sugar wise, I'm not really sure how much you're gonna need. But I will eye it out for you and I'll measure it just so you guys have that. Okay, so here we go. So first you're gonna need to whisk the egg whites just for a couple seconds. On low speed, you could slowly add your icing sugar. This is 1 cup. And the reason you want to slowly add your icing sugar is if you add it all at once, it's just going to explode out of the bowl and make a big mess, and that's the last thing you probably want, right? A big cleanup. Adding my 2nd cup. And it's a good idea to add maybe about a teaspoon or 2 of vanilla extract. This is my 3rd cup. Okay. So as soon as you start to notice that your icing is starting to thicken, turn it off. And this will be the telling if it's ready or not. When you lift it open, if it forms, it doesn't really form just yet. It's still kind of drooping down, so it's not quite thick enough. You're gonna need to keep adding a little bit more icing sugar. So we're gonna try to add maybe another 1/2 cup. So that will total 3.5 cups to 2 egg yolks. Okay, that should be probably good. Okay, so now once it's fully incorporated, turn it off again. Okay, and now we're gonna lift it open and see if it's ready. Yeah, I would say that's probably ready. It's completely formed to the beater, and it's not drooping or anything, and it's not falling by the clumps, so I would say that's the perfect consistency for royal icing. So when it comes to filling your piping bags, it's probably best to use a tall cup because it's easier to fill. So you just put your piping bag in your cup and let it fold over the sides. And you're probably going to want to need to have a spatula handy nearby. That is one thing I forgot, so I'm just going to go get that now. I don't know how I didn't think of that. Lots of things to remember, I guess. Okay, so you're going to need to use your spatula, and once your piping bag is in your cup, in your tall cup formed to it, then you just put your icing in it. Just fold up the sides. And lift it out. Oops. Okay. And then just cut a very tiny hole on the slit on the bottom of your piping bag. And then push the icing down. Okay. And then this here, it is ready to be closed, either with an elastic band or a clip of some sort, so it doesn't come shooting out the other side when you're using it to glue together your gingerbread house. Okay. And this is either good to go on the counter, or if you like it cold, then you can just put it in the fridge until it's ready to use. After it's come out of the oven, place the template pieces back on the baked gingerbread and cut off any excess pieces so it fits to be exactly the size of your template. It's important to do this step when it's fresh hot out of the oven because that is when the gingerbread is the softest. And as your gingerbread cools, that's when your pieces will harden. Okay, come on, put some candies on. How are you doing, Missy?
And eating it.
And eating it. That's true.